Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing Thai property, specifically in the context of a spouse of a Thai national. So a foreign spouse in particular of a Thai national. And a recent comment came to my attention. We did another video on spousal property rights, and there was some good interaction in the comments on that. But a recent comment that I thought, and I'm not doing this to point anyone out or to shine a spotlight on anyone and say, you're wrong. That's not my purpose. It elucidated something that's a real misconception kind of broadly out there on this topic. And the staff and I, again, I'm an American attorney, not a Thai attorney. I'm the managing director of the firm, naturalized Thai citizen. But, you know, I end up having to kind of liaise on this stuff. This has been vetted by our Thai team here and by the attorneys there, and you know, I'm just providing this for informational purposes. But this, again, and not to put anyone on the spot, but this was a comment on that video, quoting directly, I'm not a lawyer, but came across this same situation buying a 12-rai farm in Isan 5 years ago. I was sitting down waiting for my wife to complete the transaction. The registration person asked who I was. My wife told him I was her husband, and he called me over and asked for my passport. I asked him why, because I had no interest in a farm. He told me I needed to have my name on the deeds, one for divorce and two for her death. Quote, if she divorces, you get half. Well, that basically is not the case. What we were talking about in that prior video is spouses in major transactions, specifically transactions that are required to be done in writing, sort of akin to the statute of frauds in the common law tradition where certain things like title deeds have to be done in writing. Thai law has certain formality requirements associated with, for example, conveyancing of property. And in this case, I think what this person is misunderstanding, they are not on the deed or the shenote, the Thai property title. They're just acknowledging that that spouse is coming into that property and is being placed on there per the Thai Civil and Commercial Code, and we got into that in another video on this channel. Yeah, in the event of, and we've gone into this a little bit in other videos, in the event of the death of that spouse, there may be some probate rights, and in the event of divorce, there may be circumstances where the value of that property may be offset against the rest of the marital estate. But long story short, foreign nationals, with limited exceptions, and we've gone through that in other videos, not going to totally get into that here, but with limited exceptions, foreign nationals are not allowed to be on Thai property title. Now, you know, this person did not specify, to the best of my knowledge, whether or not they were a Thai national. They may be Thai, and in that case, yeah, they may be on the shenote. But if they're a foreign national, no, they do not have direct property ownership rights in that shenote under the circumstances described. Now, there may be more nuance to this that we're not seeing, so I'm not going to state that definitively, but long story short, no, as we've discussed in other videos, you know, yes, acknowledgement of a spouse as to purchase of property, because that has to do with marital estate and possible future probate issues or what they call succession issues here. That may weigh into that, and for that reason, they have to deal with an acknowledgement associated with the purchase of that property.